You know what the fuck it is?
Aries and Andy, Jew and the jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
No political corrections.
Always sweet world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Dude, that's really weird. Aries never does any kind of recording without his headphones on. That's how comfortable you are right now.
I know.
This is how the show should start. That's how comfortable Aries is in his new fucking digs, man.
Exactly. And you see, I got from now on when I come, I'm only gonna wear these special Timbs. I'm gonna keep them in the box so they don't get dirty. Even though I got the suede brush and cleaner, but I'm gonna only break these out for the podcast.
You know, like if you collect a basketball, an autographed basketball, it comes in that case. You should get that case and just put the shoes in there.
Boom. And anytime I want to boom. That's dope.
Okay, enough of this.
So anyway, our producer sent us this list. It's the Sopranos, fucking Jesus. Top best episodes. TV critic and co-author of the Sopranos session, Alan Sepinwall, on his personal picks for the groundbreaking drama's greatest hours. Well, listen, I know I don't know you, Alan Speenwall, but I will be the fucking judge of this. Because everybody that knows this pod and knows me knows if there's a couple things I love, it's Michael Jordan, it's the Sopranos, and it's pussy. Not from the show, but actual pussy. So, let me, me. Let me get ready. I'm going to give you my first overrated episode, and I think you might disagree. And I know most people going to say I'm wrong and going to say it's damn near blasphemous. But it's hailed as one of the greatest Soprano episodes. It has one of the greatest moments for me in the episode. But what the bulk of the episode is about, Pine Barrens.
And what's the greatest moment for you in that?
Before we get to that, just so you know contextually, it's the one about where Paulie and Christopher go to get Sil's scuttle. And the Russian, things go wrong and they get the Russian in the woods. It's cold, it's winter, and you know that episode.
Yeah, I wanted to see, though, if you gave me what you do like about it, if I would have been able to pick out what episode it was.
Oh.
Okay, but that's okay.
Oh, I gave it away?
Yeah, because it's the one where they're in the woods.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
okay, my bad.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Gloria Petrillo. Did you really, Hannah? But there's the moment where Tony goes to her crib. He's already like 5 hours late, so she's already pissed. And then when he gets there, finally he kind of rubs her down, gets her to go back to being sweet. And then that's when he gets the phone call, the broken phone call, where Christopher tell him, yeah, we're stuck in the woods. I think I got a concussion. And once Tony realizes it's serious, he goes, I gotta go. And then she gets mad, and he goes, what the fuck do you want from me? And as he's walking out, she picks up the fucking steak and chucks it at him. And just, pow! The steak hits him in the back of the neck. And she just completely loses it. And like I said before, a little bit of crazy is sexy. And I love it how later in that same episode, when he goes to Uncle June's house to go get Bobby to find Paulie and Chris, Uncle June just goes, is that steak? So, yeah.
That I don't know that I would have got it from that. I don't know if I would have put those, if I would have remembered the episode like that. And you think that's overrated? Dude,
listen, man. Obviously, the bulk of the episode takes place with Chris and Paulie in the woods. Okay.
I think, but that's the part that people like is the conversation between the two.
The argument, the tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Paulie with his hair fucked up for the cheap point.
And I don't know if you know this, inside note, he was so against people touching his hair that David Chase had to tell him, Paulie, just do it for this episode. It works. So he did it himself. So he just fucked up his own hair, and the rest is hair history.
Yeah, but that episode just it lent the conversation led to a more personal episode. I think that's why people think that it.
But you keep saying conversation. It wasn't. It was confrontational. I don't know if that falls under the same guidelines as conversation.
It's a conversational confrontation.
There we go.
It's
a confrontational conversation.
Because they had to have it.
Right. And Paulie and Christopher had always low key been kicking each other in the nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it moves the episode. The fact that they're chasing that guy and they never get there's no end to that.
Well, they never said whether or not he made it.
Right.
Right.
So there's no end to it. So the purpose of that episode is that conversation, is that confrontation, is there getting that why this is going on between them.
Right.
I understand why people like it. I to the extent that people like it, I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't fall into my top episodes.
And let me just say, I've said this before and I'll say it again, along with Overrated, I couldn't stay. And again, I love everything about The Sopranos, but the one thing I never loved were the dream sequences.
See,
Lose me with the dream sequences, man.
They don't take up a whole episode. They're in and you're out, and they move the story along.
Well, remember in the final season, before that when Tony gets shot, those first 3 episodes where he's playing the character Kevin Federline or something, it was all 3. All the first 3 were all dreams.
Okay, yeah.
So I was just like, oh fuck. But listen, here's my top 5, and then obviously you're gonna tell me if you agree or disagree. And when the fans write in, you tell me if I'm wrong or whatever your top 5 is. Okay, let me put my old man shit on real quick.
There should be like some superhero music in this.
I know, right? So number 5 for me, and I really don't even like watching this episode because I didn't get what I wanted. The whole episode is fire, but you know where I'm going?
Yeah, I know which episode.
But because of the brutality of this, and I didn't get what I wanted, it pissed me off, is when Dr. Melfi gets, and the episode was called Employee of the Month. And listen, you and I kind of touched upon this. This is the genius of David Chase, whereas it's one of those episodes that literally, when the moment came, made you sit up and brought you to the edge of your seat because you're going, will she, won't she? And the whole time, because Tony's this bulldog, man. He's Tony. So I'm like, tell him. But it was one of those things, too, where I'm going, dude, there's a minute and 20 seconds left in this episode. So she's not going to tell him. Because you're not going to, if it was 20 minutes left, then you know he's going to whoop this dude's ass or kill him. But with this little bit of time left, they're not going to give me what I want. And sure enough, you got something to say? What's wrong? What's the matter? What? Blank. No. She goes, no. Black screen. Fuck.
But why does that bother you?
Because well, first of all, you know how I feel about any violence towards women, because my dad was, you know what I mean? I despise that, and certainly the most ultimate of you piece of shit move that a dude could do. So I wanted to, and it was so graphic when they showed it. I wanted Tony to fucking cut his dick off.
But you do understand that she viewed that as the ability to have a gun and using it.
Right.
And Tony's the gun. Mm-hmm. So she's trying to help him in his life, and she would be using what she deems as his weakness, his anger, his rage, to take care of a business that she's fighting for him not to get over.
Well, more importantly than that, and I know when we touched upon this the first time, it was like she was struggling with whether or not to let that dog off the leash.
Because she wants to do dead. She wants everybody's instinct.
Especially when when the police fucked up and he basically got away with it.
But the thing is, does she want to be the vehicle that kills him? She wants him to suffer for what he did.
Right.
But does she want him to be killed by her using her gun, which is Tony?
And then I remember when we originally talked about this, you brought up a great point where you were like, morally and ethically, she knows if she goes there, her pureness is gone.
Yeah, and that's the separation between the civilians that aren't involved and the mob that are involved. So it would break the whole. She would no longer be necessary in The Sopranos if that happened.
Again, I want to ask you guys: should she have or should she not have? Number 4 for me is long-term parking. You know, the whole time they were building up to whether or not Adriana, how was it going to eventually end with Adriana and the feds? And when they put the clamps on her, where they basically said, you either do what we need you to do or you going to jail, and Tony's going to find out anyway that you were working with us. So she tells Christopher, of course, her and Christopher had the big moment where he practically almost chokes her to death out of just fucking confusion. But then he, realizes, gets himself together. And one of the things about The Sopranos people always said was, who's going to get clipped this week? And you just went, no. Adriana, one of the most beloved cast members, been with it since the beginning. And I guess to some degree, I'm hoping she won't be clipped, but you knew it had to happen. How did it feel when you saw her get clipped?
I thought the whole episode's great. When it's over, when he's pulling her out.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're sad because you lost
like a family member.
Yeah, because you've been with her the whole time. She isn't a civilian, but she's not a gangster.
Yeah.
So she doesn't fit into the mold either of of who gets taken out. But she's working with the feds, and so it has to happen. It has to happen.
And you know what they did in that episode? I don't know if you guys recall, but they never showed Christopher telling Tony. You just knew it was handled. But then I forget what episode it was where him and Christopher robbed the fuck of the Vipers, the motorcycle gang, and they both take all the wine and the liquor, and they pull over on the side of the road, and they both down a couple bottles of wine, and they have this heartfelt father-like son moment, like, I'll never forget what you did for me, T. And then they cut to where he goes to Tony's house to tell him. And I tell you, Michael Imperioli, some of the best acting when he goes, don't make me do it, Tone. I can't do it, Tone. Like, just the idea of, you got to clip your girl, yo. The love of your life, you got to kill her. And as savage as Tony may have been, there's something humane in him going, I'm not going to let you do it. I understand. We're going to kill the bitch, but you don't have to do it.
But it's because, Tony's going to hold that against him for being weak.
Well, he held it against him when Christopher stopped doing drugs, but because of the weight of the moment, he did he did some heroin. Yeah. And then Tony saw that he was fucked up and back to drugs for that split second. And then remember when Tony punched him in the face, and when he fell to the floor, he started kicking him in his stomach. He goes, you think you the only one alone in this? So, yeah.
But I think that... I think there's something so dishonorable. I know this is going to sound fucked up. This is going to sound so fucked up, what I'm about to say. But there's something dishonorable about Christopher not taking Adriana out himself.
You would have been able to do that? Look into the eyes of your love of your life and kill her?
But you're going to let someone else kill her, and you don't know how they're going to kill her. You don't know. This is the thing. You don't know how they're going to kill her. You don't know how they're going to hurt her. You don't know what pain she's going to be in. You know that you could just walk up to her with no one there.
How are you going to say that so easily?
Because you know that you could walk up behind her, she would never know, and she would just be dead.
This is a woman who, and I don't mean to be crass, who sucked your dick, who made you feel good, who fucked you.
So you don't owe her a death where she isn't scared, knowing that the end is near and no one's there to help her, and he set you up for this moment?
But you got to also say to yourself, they know how important she was, so they're not going to torture her. They're going to handle it.
Do they love her? Do they know that she possibly set them up with the feds? Did they ever get their dick sucked by her?
Tony almost did. Oh, so it was Roman. Listen,
I'm just
that
saying,
would be hard for me to do, man.
I'm not saying that we should. I don't think any of me or you should be able to go, yeah, that's how I would do it. I mean, no, but the character themselves, the character.
Right.
He's a bigger bitch because he didn't do it. Because if he does it in a way that's clean. She never knows it's coming. She feels love. She doesn't feel. The moment that he takes her out to kill her, she doesn't. Where's the love for Christopher? She didn't feel. She felt betrayed by Christopher.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say one more time: when he conveyed that pain and that performance, don't make me do it, Tone. Like Tony knew and he knew. I cannot do that
because he couldn't do it for her because he was too weak. I can't do it, Tony. I can't do it. This is the love of my life. I love her, but I will let someone else do it.
Well, let me just say this to you. In the event that anything ever goes wrong with you and Tara, I'll take her out if you need me to.
If she needs to be taken out?
Yeah. So for number 3, I got the strong silent type, and this is the episode where they do the intervention for Chris for the drugs. And I got to tell you, man, one of the things about Sopranos that was so great, but again, besides the performances and the writing, it was unintentionally funny at times. Like that moment where in the intervention where Christopher starts talking about Tony and he goes, there he goes, Mr. A-type personality. You talking about me killing myself with drugs? The way you eat, shoveling sausage and all the food down your throat, you're going to have a heart attack when you were 50. And then Paulie goes, basically tells him to shut the fuck up. And then Christopher's mother goes, that's right, knock some goddamn sense into him. And then when Paulie hits him and they all pile up and start beating him up, cut to Furio and Tony walking into the hospital room, and Tony says to the Asian doctor, how is he? And she goes, he slipped on the kitchen counter spraying for ants. He was wearing shocks. Oh my God, Sopranos are so unintentionally funny sometimes. Yeah, man, that episode was just hilarious.
So you like it because it's a humorous episode?
Somewhat humorous,
yeah.
But again, there was always a little bit of humor in it from guys who were never trying to be funny. But unintentionally funny, as you said, is intentional in this. So he wrote these guys as he saw them doing shit that you would laugh at. But it's not like you or I going, yo, we purposely crafted a joke with the intent of laughter. That's like in my joke when I do the thing with the Italians and I go, the darker the berry, the sweeter.
Yeah.
The darker the berry, the sweeter the nigga.
But
he means that.
And David Chase wrote him for this reason, this way. I think it's amazing because, they don't know how funny they seem.
Yeah.
I didn't put this in, like, I don't have a top 5. I know this is your genre,
this is my baby.
But this was a great episode.
Yeah.
But I don't know that this would be in my top 5.
Like even Paulie's face when the guy that's running the intervention tells everybody to go around the room and say what you want to say. And Adriana was reading her letter and she goes, because of your drugs, you can no longer function as a man. And they cut to Paulie and he just goes... and Christopher goes, is this really necessary? And he goes, because he killed the dog. He sat on it. What was you, barking? And then Tony goes, oh, you killed little fucking Corsetta, I'll fucking choke you. Tony, you're getting upset because I know what it's like to lose your pet. That whole moment was just fucking great.
Yeah, and again, but that's the humor, in the humor and the sadness at the same time when you watch. He knows what it's like to lose a pet, but he kills people.
Yeah. Number 2, University. This was a hard watch too. And listen, I think I asked you before on this, but I'll ask you again. And I'll ask the fans. I want to know from y'all. The 2 biggest assholes on the show, Richie Aprile and Ralph Cifaretto. Who wins that award?
I think Ralph wins the award because he had more going on in life and he was a bigger dick. Where the other dude's always he's always been handed shit sandwiches and he's fighting to come up.
Yeah.
So one just like he has too much.
Well, I mean, if you want to clinch the title, kill the horse and beat a girl to death.
Well, that's the other part when he kills her. But I'm saying just from not just from their actions, but what their situation was. You know,
again, one of the reasons why I love this show so much is because when we talk about man food criteria, titties, fast cars, violence, action, bloodshed, profanity, machoism, this show always delivers on all of those. And there are times where you go, I want to see this prick get killed. And Ralph was such a fucking prick. You knew it was coming.
Yeah, but I just wish he got killed. I mean, their fight was great.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish he got killed dirtier. Even dirtier than that. I mean, it happened on the kitchen floor. I want it to be what's the other guy? Richie Aprile is as fucking violent as Richie Aprile.
Well, but remember, Janice killed Richie.
Yeah,
his own wife took him out.
Yeah, but I wanted it to be that whole. And there's a scene that makes what's the guys? The first guy that we just talked about. I don't know. Richie. There's another scene later when he says, when he goes, the things I've done. And he said, and then he talks about killing that girl. And he goes, because she said, and he goes, I don't even know what she said. Like he was just so, it didn't take anything to make him that kind of guy. You're talking about Ralph. Ralph. Yeah, Ralph. Right. Sorry, yeah, Ralph. Not Richie. I killed her. Because she said something that just disagreed with me in that moment.
Well, he didn't exactly say that. I mean, what launched, remember, the whole thing was because of what he said and what he did, Tony hit him. And the whole thing was, I'm a made guy. Yeah. You don't hit a made guy. But when he came back after he beat her to death and he goes back into the club and he dips his hand in an ice bucket and he goes, yeah, she's a, what happened here? She's a clutch. What do you say was the C word?
Klutz.
A klutz. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
No, but then later, towards the end of the series is coming to an end, he just says something like, I don't even know why I did it. Like he's that much of a piece of shit.
Yeah. And listen, man, I'm all for the violence, but the way he killed her, and this is where, David Chase puts his dick on the table, the gurgling sound. When he beats her and she's holding on to whatever little bit of life she's got left. Oh, it was two things. Him banging her head against the silver, like the metal.
On the post for the fence.
And then on top of that, the gurgling. I just was like, yeah, I want to see Tony kill you now. And here we go. My number one, fucking Whitecaps. Dude, I've said this before, and I hate the fact that I never was fortunate enough to meet James Gandolfini. Again, I met AJ Soprano at a club in New York. I met Uncle June at the Laugh Factory. I ran into Steven Van Zandt in New York, going to XM Radio, Sirius XM Radio. I ran into Richie Aprile on the set of on the studio of Mad TV. I've met at least 5 Soprano people. I said the 2 people who I would have loved to have met, obviously besides Gandolfini, Edie Falco. Edie Falco, acting-wise, is a beast. And this performance in Whitecaps between her and Tony, there's 2 moments. Obviously, there's the first moment where the Russian calls the house. And as Tony's pulling up in his driveway, he just sees his shit flying out the bedroom window and he rolls over his own golf clubs. So he goes into the house. Carmela! And she goes, get out of the house, you fucking shitbag! And he goes up to the door. She fucking slams the door. He knocks on the door. What's the matter, Cobb? And he can't figure out what's going on. It's about your mother and a pariah shish. She opens up. The Russian called. And your son answered the phone. There's this heated exchange that just gets so heavy. And at one point, she's just losing it. And Tony tries to put his hand on her shoulder. All right, let's just calm down. Let's lay down. And she slaps his hand away as violently as she can. Get your hand off of me. And at one point, she just breaks down and goes, oh, God, I'm going crazy. That performance. And if you think it can't get no better, cut to towards the end when she finally confesses to Tony about Furio. Can I tell you something, Tony? Don't act like I got a choice. When Furio would come here every morning and I would look forward to it, my heart would jump out of my chest. And then you came down. And somehow, like a cancerous tumor, it all comes back. And he goes and she like that, boom, 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 and he punches the hole in. Poor you, he talked to you. He made me feel like I mattered. He made me feel like I had something to say. It's all besides bringing in the fucking chairs and decided to live in truck. It just... The 2 of them, it just, God, my God. And what I love about it is, to some degree, they reminded me of my parents. You know what I mean? Like, the one thing, obviously this is different because it's drama. But when you watch a sitcom, and I've said so many times, I hate how they play men for comedic purposes as these bumbling, stereotypes. I'm an idiot, I can't tie my shoe without my woman. You're like, we're all fucking dumb. When the truth of the matter is, and I say this respectfully, ladies, y'all are like toddlers. You know what I mean? You're nonsensical. So usually you need us to kind of show you the way. But there's the one moment where Tony is and Carmela are in the room, and this is a different episode, but to my point, Meadow is trying to decide whether she's going to stay home and go to college or go off to Europe. And at one point, Carmela's so against her going to Europe, and Tony says to her, you know, maybe you should stay here. Your mother doesn't want it. And she goes, wow, listen to Mr. Mob Boss. What did you say to me? So he gets up. Carmela goes, Tony. And he says something else. She goes, Tony, shut up. And he tells her to shut up. And again, I'm not trying to say that men should be, you know, for lack of better words, abusive or disrespectful. But God damn it, he's the man of the house. And he always portrayed himself as the lion in his jungle. And I fucking love that. I don't, you know, men ain't men no more. And he was a man, goddammit. Tony was the man.
Okay. I don't think that anyone should look to Tony as the ideal of what a man is.
What's missing?
First of all, he's hiding who he really is.
Well, that's come on. By the nature of what he does.
No. He's weak. He's a weak man.
And what defines him as weak?
He's hiding that he's afraid.
Afraid of what?
Everything. Life. He was afraid of being discovered that he has emotions, that he has any kind of connection to people.
That's why he sees a therapist. Because he's got regular issues like most people. But what made him weak?
The fact that he couldn't deal with those emotions.
That don't make no man weak.
But
especially if you're going to see a therapist to get help. That don't make you weak.
He's a weak man. He needs to use violence to control.
That's the nature of his business.
No. With his wife.
He's never violent with his wife. This assessment is terrible.
So you think yelling at someone doesn't...
No.
Straight violence.
No. I'm simply saying that every man in his house is not yes, dear. I do what you say, dear.
No.
There's another moment. I'm sorry, but there's another moment where they're arguing about AJ and where he should go to school. Should he go to military school? Well, she doesn't want to send him to military school, but he's fucking up so bad that Tony goes, we need extreme measures. And this is the same episode where Meadow's boyfriend, Jackie Jr., gets killed. And then when they see him at the funeral, and fucking Carmela actually sees Jackie Jr. in the casket, she realizes, my husband is right. But prior to that, they get in this big explosive argument, and then she's getting ready to grab her stuff to go sleep in another room. He grabs a blanket and pillows from her and goes, fuck it, allow me. Like, you're not going to tell me where I'm asleep. There's nothing wrong with a man being a man. That don't make him weak.
If he's a man and not a narcissist. Everything is about his narcissism. Everything is about him and what he can control for the benefit of him. The one of the ones that you leave out is where he kills Christopher.
Okay.
He kills Christopher. Why did he kill Christopher?
Because he felt like Christopher was starting to become a detriment to the business.
Right. To him.
But he is the business.
He's part of the business.
He's the boss. He's the business.
So, but he also put Christopher in that position. He's put himself in that position.
Christopher put himself in that position.
And then what does he tell everybody so that he can feel so relieved that he took Christopher out? Because he doesn't want to tell him I took him out because he's this. What did he say?
What did he say?
A branch from a tree came into him.
Could have killed the baby if the baby was in the baby seat.
Because he needs people to agree with him in this moment. Because he killed Christopher for himself.
I kind of see where he was coming from with that, though. Christopher's attention was starting to wane. He cared less about the business and more about maybe trying to be a Hollywood producer, which is a big no-no in the mafia. You're starting to be a liability.
Without a doubt, he's a liability.
Listen, the cruelty and the barbaric nature of, damn, you're going to kill your own nephew? That's wild.
Yeah.
But nothing comes before the business.
But if you're using a business as a mob man as your identity of what a man should be, I think you're kind of off.
But I'm not talking about the mafia part. I'm talking about the part that comes with being a mob boss. Toughness. I'm the ruler of my own domain. My wife's not going to tell me how to behave, what I should do.
His wife did. Because he couldn't do it by moving her in a direction. He could only force her into a direction. And that didn't work out. It never worked out for him.
what was the guy's name who wrote this piece? What was it? Alan
Sepinwall.
Yeah, Alan Sepinwall. I'm gonna see you, dog. I'm gonna talk to you. And if I show up with about 4 or 5 guys with me,
you didn't like any, but you didn't like any of his choices. You didn't think top 10. Oh.
What were his choices? Number 1, college. This is the big deal because he takes his daughter to college and he kills the guy who was in the witness protection program.
Important episode.
That's an important episode, but that's one of the first episodes.
Yeah, so it sets
it sets the tone.
Long-term parking definitely in top 5.
I Dream of Jeannie Cusimano. Which one was this? How does it mean? Oh. Because at first he couldn't fathom that his own mother was trying to kill him, and when he finds out, he tries to suffocate her with the pillow. I liked it, but nah.
But he couldn't kill his mom.
Oh no, he would have done it. He was going to do it.
Well, why didn't he go back and finish it?
I mean, when the security people showed up and
yeah, but there's other times. Okay, keep going.
Whitecaps.
That's yours. Yeah, so it's in there.
Pine Barrens, that overrated. Oh, that was his top 5.
Yeah. So you guys weren't. You're in some of them.
Yeah, some of them.
You didn't think Vito getting caught sucking a dick?
That's hilarious.
It show there's other parts in there that I think are important. They show Meadows' boyfriend.
Yeah.
As an outsider.
Right.
Seeing what they're laughing when you talk about being funny by accident or what, they're laughing at what's going on there.
I love when Finn went and told everybody what was what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's an outsider looking at it from that position, because I think that this is the genius to me of David Chase. He needed an outsider to come in to remind the audience why these people are so fucked up.
Yeah.
Because we're all in it. These guys are gangsters. These are the mobsters. This is the way they do business. I wish we could do business like that. And you needed Finn to come in and rearrange people's brain to go, no, this is a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
So I think that's an important episode. The finale, I know you hate.
Not that I hated it, just like everybody else. What the fuck was that?
See, I like it. Because the genius of David Chase is, I know that is an older top 10 list that was here in that we just did from Rolling Stone. But the fact that we're still talking about it today, and it's not like we're just the only ones talking about it. People still talk about it every day. That was a genius move that people are still talking about. It's off the air, and people want to know what happened.
Listen, I don't know the numbers, if there's even numbers to be found, but I would like to know if there was some sort of poll conducted. How did people really feel? Because from what I saw online, most people didn't like that.
Most people probably didn't like it, but here's the genius behind that too. What do we watch when we do social media? What comes up into our feeds? Negative things. We're negative people. We're drawn to the negative. That is amazing that he was able to take a great show that people really loved, put a negative ending on it because you don't get what you want. The negative part isn't that it was a bad ending. It's you didn't get what you wanted. You want to know what happened to Tony. He didn't give it to you. It's genius. It's genius to me. And to me, it still tells me that we were the ones that were killed.
You know, obviously, James Gandolfini passing, had he not passed and had he still been alive today, the question would have been, if they wanted to pick the show back up, could they have? If they wanted to do a full-length movie, could they have? And obviously Tony Sirico, who played Paulie, died. But I wonder if he hadn't passed, would they have tried to pick it back up? Even though he kind of adamantly said he was done.
I don't think they would have picked it back up. I think that Chase wants to do different things, and I think that ended where it needed to end.
So again, the ending being, as you say, and some people speculate, the audience got killed.
Yeah, we got clipped.
We got clipped. Well, some people might say Tony got killed.
Yeah.
You know what show should absolutely be killed? Sex in the City. And as much as I love that fucking show, and I told you I own the Pink Velvet DVD 6-season collection case. But what they've done with that show now, and I don't want to get to a whole nother thing, but I just kill it, man. Y'all have butchered that fucking show. I wish they could bring the Sopranos back and kill that shit. And I was a fucking Sex in the City dude. Speaking of broads at HBO, have you watched this thing, Christy?
Yeah.
For those of you who might not know, it was about Christy Martin, a.k.a. the coal miner's daughter. I never knew anything about her other than I've seen a couple of her fights. I never knew her story was somewhat that tragic until I saw this thing. First of all, let me say this. Playing her, Sydney Sweeney, that's the broad from the Jeans thing?
Yeah.
Whoever, the makeup team deserves an Oscar because they made her look not hot.
I think she just didn't wear makeup. That was it.
But she also looked a little chubby and...
Yeah, she gained 25 to 30 pounds
really?
for the role.
You know what?
Working out 3 times a day.
This is what I love what you just said, though. I love that you said this more than anybody else. Because,
all right, what do you got?
Because of who you are and who you pretend to be.
And I love the sweater off the shoulders. That really adds to your flavor.
When you said, I think what she really did is just didn't wear makeup. And then added 25. When a male actor gains a bunch of weight for a role, he's a genius. He's went in, he's committed to the role, he's done all this. Nah, the way you said it,
like a throwaway?
Yeah, no, but he said it more as like, oh, she just didn't wear makeup so she would be less. You made it such a
piece of shit. I just gave her props for working out 3 times a day.
No, you didn't give her props. What you said is she gained 25 pounds. She was just.
Well, you said fucking makeup. It didn't seem like there was much makeup going on. She just grew a mullet and lifted some weights.
There was makeup going on,
dude. That's her right there, right?
Yeah.
Like you could see the jawline and the thin neck and the pretty face. She looks like a totally different person right there.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I watched this for 2 reasons. It's a good movie, but when
it really is.
But when I watched her, Sydney Sweeney, when I watched her do this, and it's like, most people know her from that commercial because a lot of people don't know her, but from
Euphoria.
Wow.
And that's a completely different commitment.
That.
No, she's incredible, and
she's mid.
To take that and become and show people her acting ability, I thought it was fantastic.
Well, first of all, I didn't know anything about her. All I ever heard was the commercial.
Yeah.
Does she actually say something in the commercial?
Yeah.
And she's on Euphoria?
Yeah.
Oh, so she's like an actress.
She's a real actress.
Who do you think Sydney Sweeney was?
The first time I ever heard of her was the commercial. So I just thought, and even then, I just thought it was like a print ad. I didn't know she actually performed.
Do you agree now that she has good genes?
That's what she says in it.
Oh, that she has good genes? I'd like to get into jeans. Yeah, she's hot, man. But yo,
her or Gemma?
Oh, stop, Gemma. Please. Her husband was in.
So you would rather have Gemma that puts her pussy out for everyone in the world than the girl who has a skill set besides just throwing her box on top on Polaroids.
Showing it and allowing it to be touched are 2 different things. So if you show it, that's one thing. But if you allow it to be touched by anybody other than me, then it's an issue.
Yeah, I'm sure she's celibate.
I hope she would celibate. So listen, watching this thing, her fucking trainer, her trainer/husband, this dude was an asshole from jump. Because in one of the very first moments when she goes to get checked out by him, he tells the sparring partner, "Hey, bust her up a little bit, and if you can,
he just wants her done. He doesn't
break a rib."
He was one of the old school guys that did not believe women should be in boxing. That's it.
But once he saw the money potential, he believed in her 100%.
Yeah,
I'm sure he just believed in her too, to some extent.
I don't think.
Obviously, the money comes with that.
He was such a piece of shit manipulator. Mm-hmm. And I think in the moment in the movie where she goes to meet Don King and he says, "How old are you?" I don't know if she said 22 or 23. But it's unfortunate that sometimes, youth doesn't protect you from the devils that be. It'd be great to have somebody in your corner who could pull you aside and kind of guide you through some of these wolves out here. Because, Don King was a wolf too.
Yep.
And that part where he says to her manager, she either signs that contract never leaves this office. She either signs now or she don't sign at all. She got double fucked.
Well, I like how he said it though. He goes, "How much did she make her last fight?"
$400.
it's only a fight. I'm not saying that it's only, but let's be honest. Don King, rightfully so, what you said about him. He wasn't in this to make people famous. He was in this to make money for himself.
Yeah.
He's still making money for her that he couldn't make for her. And after 5 fights, that's a new contract.
Yeah.
So after $25,000 worth of me making a lot of money off of you, if you work out, which she couldn't see her video, he didn't know who she was.
Right.
I thought, honestly, when you're looking in that room and the dude's a dick, it's not the word. That's a pretty decent deal.
I get what you're saying.
Because
he's still fucking her though.
He knows that he has more money to be made, and there's more money on the table for him, and she's the one that's going to get herself beat up. But it's going to make her. It's going to make her famous. And then she's got more earning potential. He could have said, "Hey, this is a 10-year deal, a 5-year deal." He gave her a 5-fight deal.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
So fucked a little bit or fucked a lot of bit. Which one you gonna choose? That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah. But he didn't. I don't think he put it all the way in.
Well, speaking of putting it all the way in, there's that moment where she has her first big fight under Don King, which is the undercard of the Tyson Bruno fight.
Yeah.
And she's nervous, clearly. So Don comes into the room, wish her luck, and then he says to her, "Better do good, because I pulled my dick out on this one." Sexual harassment.
I put my dick out. No, I don't think so.
For him to say that to her,
but I put my dick. I think I put my dick out on the table for this one, right?
Yeah. I pulled my dick out and put it on the table for this one.
But yeah, he's saying I pulled every string. I did everything,
but not sexual harassment.
No, because he's saying that if this doesn't go the way, he's exposed. That's all he said by it. It wasn't like he came in there and said, "I put my dick on the table, so this doesn't go well. You can suck it back into shape."
The match was well received and has been described retroactively as the bout put women's boxing on the map. On April 15th, Martin became the first female boxer to appear on the... And you know what? When they showed that, champ, I remember seeing that. The headline read, "Yeah, the lady is a champ."
But see, here's the other thing that I love about... So, Don King, he gets credit for this, in a way, but who really put this on the map is your boy.
Who?
Mike Tyson. If it isn't on a Mike Tyson fight, does anybody see this fight?
Right.
Does Tyson get paid for this?
No.
The only one who made money on that was Don King. That's what I'm saying. This business is like you're the person that's going to really set this off is getting on Mike Tyson's fight.
Dude, I just remembered. I was at that fight. I didn't see Christy's fight. But Frank Bruno, Mike Tyson, that's when Tyson won the belt back since being out of prison. Jack Nicholson was at that fight. That was the fight it was the first time I took my dad to go see a fight. And my dad raised me on boxing. Muhammad Ali was his guy. My dad never been to Vegas. This was a big, huge deal for both him and I, because it was the first time, I was able to kind of flex my success.
And you didn't get to see that fight?
No.
But in the fight, it leads up to the big fight for her.
Which she never should have taken to begin with.
Because of weight class?
Because not only, weight class, but not only that, they showed the moment where her, I don't know who he was in her camp, but was putting all the coins in her outfit so she could weigh more. And then when she finally says to her trainer, "There's no way I should be fighting this fight," because once Laila Ali comes down from hydration, she's really going to be at 170 something, where she weighed in at 165, I think.
Yeah,
and she goes, "I'm really 143 without the coins." So she was almost 30 pounds out of overweight. I mean, much more weight than her.
But I did also in this where she says, "I think I need another trainer." She knows that she needs more to get through this fight.
Right.
Just look at this fight. Just
look. She's got height over her, reach, pounds, power,
pedigree.
Yeah, that too. Damn.
I love when you're watching this and she's going back to her corner, going, "Am I standing up straight?" I love that. Am I standing straight? I'm dizzy.
Dude, I gotta tell you, obviously as a parent, I'm sure you feel a sense of pride, especially if your child is doing well. Like Laila Ali, she was a champion. But to be Muhammad Ali, you don't go, I wish that was my son.
I think you're happy for her success, but yeah, you would like to see you in the ring.
Yeah.
I don't think you can see
That's
you.
me with titties.
This is just such a sad fight to me after seeing this movie.
And is this kind of like, what did Christy Martin do after this? She never really rebounded, right?
No, I think she did. Or
No, I don't think she
continued
did.
to fight a little bit.
At least the way they portrayed it in the movie.
Yeah,
she didn't.
I think they portrayed it like she kind of fell off after a while, but she was still a little bit relevant.
Well, she's relevant in the boxing community without a doubt, but as a fighter, was she relevant?
What, Holly Holm? I didn't even know they fought. They fought? Holy shit. Well, shit, we know that Holly Holm got hands because that's how she took down Ronda Rousey.
She's a great boxer. She knew how to box.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know enough about her other than that movie to really, but the movie portrayed her in...
Her husband was such a piece of shit.
Who's a bigger piece of shit, her husband or her family, or her mom?
That's another thing. That moment where she kind of confides in her mother, I'm going through hell, he's doing this, he's doing that, and the mother was basically like taking his side. What a psychological mind fuck. As a child, as somebody's child, that your parents are taking the other person's side. And why? Because now you have wealth and status?
Well, status and a heterosexual relationship. That's what they wanted.
They didn't like that she munched rug.
That she munched rug?
Yeah, that she was a lesbian.
Please, can we call this episode Munched Rug?
What was it? Christy Martin survived the attack on November 30th, 2010. James Martin was arrested and taken to Orlando Medical Center after he stabbed himself. He was booked in Oregon.
Wait, he stabbed himself?
Yeah, he was going to say that he was self-defense is what that was going to be. That's the only reason you would stab yourself.
Dude, that scene, you know what's crazy is
Christy Martin.
I was watching TV one night and this was on and I didn't see the whole thing from beginning to end. I caught like the last 30 minutes. So I caught the stabbing part, which I thought was Jesus. But then this morning I watched the whole thing. That was tough.
That skin
when
on
she
his calf.
she says to him, please don't leave me, please don't let me die.
Yeah. And then he gets his gun.
I didn't even notice that till you pointed it out. That was skin off her calf?
Yeah, when he stabbed her, it went up, and so it was filleted basically.
Oh!
Which is
and did he shoot her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got shot. It was a couple inches away from her heart.
Wow.
3 inches away from her heart.
Doctors there, after seeing my leg, they wondered how I walked.
Jesus.
How I was able to run out of the house. Was I ever going to walk again?
That's him?
That's what they were wondering. But when
She
you
couldn't knock him
saw,
out.
before I ran out, before you saw that I wasn't dying fast enough from just the stab wounds, you shot me. You shot me with my own gun. Basically point blank. And guess what, I walked out.
Yeah, only a lesbian surviving that attack.
She lived. The thing is, he lived because she didn't kill him. She could have killed him. She had the gun. She just. I don't think that but we're not there, so I don't know how much the movie is factual, where you see him coming in and he has that she wouldn't grab the gun immediately.
Dude, early in this movie, they showed how powerful of a puncher she was, because at one point she's fighting one of the dudes in a sparring session and knocks him on his ass. I have a hard time believing she couldn't beat this dude up.
I don't understand that either. To be honest, I don't. But that's why I don't. Like I said, a movie is made to entertain and to keep you involved in the movie. The fact that he walked in there and she was already scared. Not scared. She knew. I think she knew that she could hold her own with him. But he does knock her on her ass in the one other time before.
Yeah, but that was almost a sucker punch.
Right. So, but she has her gun there. I just don't understand why you don't grab the gun.
Well, so he comes into the room.
She was sleeping. She took a nap. And when she woke up, because when she first goes back home.
Wasn't she talking on the phone?
He goes, I want to talk to you. And she goes, well, I just got back. I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap and we'll talk afterwards. So when she got up, she's on the phone. He comes in. He hears her talking to her lesbian lover, which I think really put him over the edge. And then,
But he's gay too.
What do you mean? He's gay?
I don't know if he's gay or if he has some sexual crisis that he has going on. What we'll call it a sexual crisis. Isn't she show when she's in there in her underwear?
Right, and she's got the dildo underneath.
He isn't.
But that might have been more of a humiliation thing.
Okay, sexually he isn't normal. Let's put it that way. How's that? He's not.
And nothing here says he was gay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was more about him trying to humiliate her, putting it on tape.
But why does he want that? Why is he laying there?
I'm not saying he wanted it, but just to see her feel embarrassed, uncomfortable.
But it's like coercion too.
Okay, but isn't this is something that he's desiring? He came up with this to watch her walk in with that like that.
Yeah, but you making it sound like it's because he got a thing for dick. To me, it was anything to humiliate her and make her bow down to him and do what he says.
There's a scene where she had a strap-on on.
It's like a dick in her.
She had like a dildo in her underwear. You could see it, like the print of it.
Maybe it's like the framer for being a lesbian.
Did you hear what he said? Andy?
Ruptured. What?
He went, oh. And your corner, nigga.
In 2005, a fight with, I can't say that name.
Lucia Riker?
I can't say Riker.
Is it Riker?
Okay.
Lucia Riker.
$1 Million Baby was canceled because Riker ruptured her Achilles during training.
Wait a minute. So, is this a real thing, $1 Million Baby, with this chick?
$1 Million Lady.
Oh, they landed.
That was like the name of the bout.
Okay, but is it tied into like?
Yeah, because this was 2004. A year later, they wanted to call the fight $1 Million Lady.
Oh, okay.
Based off of this.
Yeah, I watched this movie. One of the most depressing fucking movies of all time. Like, I know that everything doesn't have a happy Hollywood ending, but Jesus Christ. There was no redemption at all.
Well, they made a good movie out of it.
Listen, sometimes there are certain things that take, just when we're on the cusp of going, this was a good movie. Then you do that shit and I go, nah, I hate the movie. It was tragic.
Yeah, but reality.
But don't we go to movies to escape reality?
Some movies, documentaries, do you escape reality, or you go watching the movie for for the history of it, to learn what it is?
So which is the better movie, Christy or $1 Million Baby? I'm saying Christy.
No, $1 Million Baby.
As cinema, cinema, $1 Million Baby.
That's a good thing right there. Because my question is, would Christy have made good cinema? Did this feel like a cinematic movie or something that belonged on HBO?
No, I think it could. I think it's a movie, but $1 Million Baby was directed by Clint Eastwood.
Yeah,
and Morgan Freeman was in it.
He's a great director, man.
He is.
And the what he brought to that movie, if you're not emotionally exhausted after watching $1 Million Baby, I think there's something wrong with you. Christy, I'm into the movie, but I'm not emotional. I feel for her. I understand. I have I feel it, but $1 Million Baby, Christy
had me doing this. Oh shit. Ooh. I was in it. $1 Million Baby had me, but then okay. That ending? What the fuck?
Dude, but you felt that, man. You, like, to me, emotionally, like, and trying to understand $1 Million Baby.
Maybe I gotta watch it again,
dude.
It won Best Picture.
What was the brutal way that it ended? Something about, didn't she fall and like break her whole face or something?
She fell, broke her neck.
Paralyzed. Bit off her tongue. Jesus fucking Christ.
But she did it.
Yeah, at least we don't have to hear
broken neck,
anymore.
Paralyzed, bitten tongue. Like, what the fuck?
But
what'd you just say?
You don't have to hear her complain anymore.
Sometimes that corner gets dark.
No, but if you did hear her complain, it would. You'd really have to listen. It'd be a lot of noise.
Flashback though, back to Christy.
Yeah.
They said this was a real thing. She would go to like motel rooms and spar with men.
Yeah.
Let's go to that scene.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Was dude trying to rape her?
No, this is why I'm saying this guy, her husband,
let's call him a
has
piece of
some
shit.
sexual oddities about him.
No, it's an easy way to make money.
But he has to know these people.
Dude, I know, but I think your take on that is crazy. I don't think it had anything to do with some sort of sexual proclivity. Anything to embarrass her, it's control, power, to make her feel like I'm over you, I dominate you, I'm powerful, I will embarrass you, humiliate you. I don't think it was anything sexual.
How do you know those guys? How would you know those guys?
Church.
He's a piece of shit.
There's circles of people. Obviously, he knows these people. There's a reason why you know these people. He has some kind of issues.
Well, clearly.
Right. I don't, and I think they manifest in different ways.
Listen, I think that some men, when they feel emasculated, embarrassed, you said yourself, he wasn't big on women boxing. So here you got this girl who came from nothing, under your tutelage, big star, Sports Illustrated. And remember that moment when he kept telling her, I know Don King. I can call Don King. And obviously, he was a liar.
Yeah.
Don, like, I never met you. So they cut to her going, this nigga's lying.
No, and I love that. Nope.
Right. So with all of that,
That's fine.
The success, the fame, Don King, her rise, buying the gym, he got a Corvette now. Like, this bitch, how can I make her feel this small so that I can feel this big? Humiliate her.
The smallness is to control. But the fact that he knows these other people and these entities shows that he runs in some very unusual circles.
It get weirder. But this was before that. This is when they were like broke.
And he knew these people. How do you know these people?
How's that conversation go?
Yeah, you're just at a boxing match. He goes, "Hey, I see that you're the manager of this one. Does she ever come over and wrestle men?" And,
I was so confused by the scene because while it looked like she was trying to box, it looked like all he was trying to do was pick her up, maybe slam her on her back so he can fuck her.
I don't know what any of that was.
That scene was like, yo.
But you don't think that the guy that knows people that are going to give you money for this has some weird sexual problems?
Nah, I don't think sex had anything to do with it.
It's not sex. It's more than just a sexual problem. There's other problems that you're having.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. The sexual angle. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah, and I'm looking it up right now. It's not necessarily a sexual thing. No, it was just straight up boxing. I mean, that's just a transaction. You know what I mean? That's like. Is it wrong if
that transaction looked a little interesting?
It's definitely weird for sure.
See if
I mean, I'd do it once maybe.
I think we're spending a lot of time on something that I'm hoping people don't do.
You know what? It established early on that she had kind of a gay relationship. Cut to now this dude is her trainer. They sleep together. And he eventually marries her. This is, again, why I mean somebody should have been in her corner. A father, a friend. You don't fuck your trainer. Why are you fucking your trainer?
They wanted her to have a heterosexual relationship. That's what they got out of her fucking the trainer. The mom didn't want her to be gay around her friends, especially because the mom felt very embarrassed by the fact that her daughter was a lesbian.
And isn't it ironic that he was trying to guilt her too into it? Like, oh, you're gay. That's bad. We can't have this. Turns out he's like a million times worse than like an awful person. And he's just assuming that being homosexual is some terrible thing for morality.
Again, people who fight that are people that are hiding something a lot of the time. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Her mother was such a piece of shit. Sometimes you got to box your own mother.
You know what the fuck is? Aries and Andy, chewing the jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
No political corrections.
Always sweet world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.